Happy Thursday. Welcome to another Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 live stream. Welcome to probably the heart of Southwest Airlines, St. Louis. There's an awful lot of Southwest. Look at all the different liveries. This is cool. It's really cool. We've seen different liveries compared to the standard. Albeit like there's 2 different liveries, but oh, maybe 3. 4. There's a whole bunch over here. Very interesting. Well, Sim Update 3 officially launched yesterday. As I expected, either yesterday or today, and we did get it yesterday during, I guess, the early half of the Gamescom. That was about it. Surprisingly, there was no other really big announcements from Gamescom yesterday in terms of flight simming. Moza was there showing off its hardware as always. But the Flight Sim world was kind of mostly just about City Update 12, which is Germany, and also the release of Sim Update 3. And then, of course, there was the helicopter, the new helicopter. Brim, welcome on in. A Southwest nest, yes. So you see up there at the top, we are going to Tulsa, Tulsa? Is it Tulsa, Oklahoma? Today on Southwest, we are APL. We officially made it over to over to Southwest with APL. It's also very rare that I ever apply to one airline and get accepted to that one airline. It's super, super rare. Now I am planning, I should say, to do Air France with, what's it called? Fly the Line. However, I'm having some issues because I can't get a schedule to generate with Fly the Line. So apparently that bug that apparently was supposed to, I'm going to keep saying apparently, fixed, was not fixed because now I can't get anything to generate. I tried, so I was with Air Canada. No, hold on. No, I was with Air Canada with APL. So, okay, so I need to try Ryanair because I was with Ryanair before trying to go over to Air France, and, well, it's broken. I tried the tip that they said, which was set everything to max and all that jazz, and it still just would not generate the route. So, I'll have to figure that out. I'll put a message in their Discord at some point down the road when I feel like I want to do it, but eventually when that's working, we'll go over to Air France with Fly the Line, which I was kind of excited. That was going to be today's stream, but it didn't work. I'm glad we can now download DLC and stuff in 2024 rather than streaming. I'm downloading my home hubs. Oh yeah, you're not going to see an improvement with performance in the new downloads with Sim Update 3, but obviously, you won't have as many things downloading via the cloud. So that could potentially help with the bandwidth issue that some people have, because not everyone has, high super speed connections. They have, the standard enough to watch Netflix, Hulu, that kind of jazz, but not everyone has the full thing. So it is great to have that option, and they promised it way back at launch back in November, and here we are 10 months later, and we finally have access to that feature. And apparently it works really well. I haven't done it myself. I don't really have a need to because I do have a lot of connection here at the house. But like I said, it's great for those who would like it. Okay, let's go and jump into the aircraft here. So we're in the 737 MAX Southwesting today. And I do have the Fly Too High, I think it's the Fly Too High airport in Oklahoma. So we'll see how that is today. I think it's my first time ever actually flying into that airport with this add-on. So I'm kind of nervous. It is a 2024 compatible version. Or maybe it was just meant or built for just 2024. I don't remember. It came out a couple months ago, and I don't fly there often. But I saw it on my schedule today, and I was like, "What the heck? Let's give it a shot." Let's go to external power on, ground power's on as well, and navs. Now this Beyondatc update that came out last night, I think it was mostly just like a bug fix. I have been running into a couple issues. I did a flight last night. And I had this issue yesterday, too, during the stream, where it would air out on some of the voices. So I'm not quite sure what that's all about. I guess what I've read was Maybe just doing a clean install of Beyondatc fixes that. So that might be, if it's happening again today with this new update, then I will attempt to do that tonight. Kind of see what happens. We have 145 passengers on today's flight. Cargo is sitting at 5075, so we can do 25. Let's see, 25, what? 44? No, 40, 35? Let's just do these for 25, 35. 25, 35. Fuel on board is going to be 11,714. And then taxi is always 420, it seems to be. Raw data is 5149. And then let's set that, let's verify R0, 1327, 1327, perfect, complete. All right, let's go on down here to the FMC and position in it. Let's go next, grab the GPS, go back, go to route and request. I've uninstalled Flightline as I seem to be getting sim crashes with it. No crashes since. Really? Flightline uses FSU IPC, the same that APL uses. That's interesting. I have not had any crashes because of Fly the Line. Definitely no crashes with Fly the Line, at least on my end. That's rather interesting though. So we're southwest 996. We are 0 fuel weight there, and reserves are 2. Oops. Yeah, 2. Cruising wind today is 8 at 17, or sorry, 8 at 19. Temperature's 11. Execute. And let's go ahead and get our takeoff info here. So we're going to copy this McDo info, or sorry, FMC info. AC's on and calculate. We are at 50 for that jazz. So let's go on down here and pop in 50. And then takeoff. We're going to do a flaps 5 as we typically do. CGs are 525 and V's are all set. Let's go ahead and get our ATC, shall we, with Mr. Beyondatc. And clearance. St. Louis clearance, hello from Southwest 996. We're ready for IFR clearance to Tulsa. Is it Tulsa or Tulsa? Tulsa? Tulsa. I do Tulsa.
Southwest 996, St. Louis clearance, cleared to Tulsa.
Tulsa. They say Tulsa too.
With the VC transition,
I say Tulsa. What did I say? Tulsa? Yeah.
Except maintain 5,000 feet. Departure frequency 128.1. Squawk 0366.
0366 on the squawking.
Clear to Tulsa. Be good 5
Thor, thanks for the follow. Welcome on in.
Filed. Climb via SID except maintain 5,000
36
feet.
right.
Departure frequency 128.1. Squawk 0366. Southwest 996.
Southwest 996, read back correct. Contact ground 121.9er when ready for pushback or engine start.
All right, we're cleared up to 5,000.
Ground 121.9er when ready for pushback or engine start. Southwest 996.
I feel like today's one of those days where I'm just behind. I feel like I'm just falling behind on everything. The day has just begun. All right, runway 12 right is our expected. Oscar, welcome on in. Finally, we have a PAP 3 working with iFly. WinWing updated the... Oh, did they update it? Fantastic. Rudy, welcome in. Flight line is unstable. APL 2 is a better choice yet. I think they're great. Now, Brim's saying that Flight line's having a sim crash. I have not had that issue with either APL or Flight line, so that's interesting. And Brim's not tried APL. I suspect FSU IPC is the crash, or is the cause. It could be. It could be. I did have some issues with one of the updates they had. This was back in 2020, though. Flight Sim 2020. No issues since. P2, welcome in. Flying from, Dublin to Amsterdam. Very cool. Very cool. What are you flying? The 320 or 21? 320 or 321, P2? Okay, so we have that all set in there. Let's go up top here, and let's go gens on. Fuel pumps on. That's all set there. Hydraulic pumps are next. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and get pushback engine start. Not yet. Alright, let's go over here. Go to menu, system page, disco, set.
Southwest 1576, St. Louis ground, pushback approved, face north.
And we expect him to face north as well.
Face north, Southwest 1576.
324 fly-lex, very nice. St. Louis ground, Southwest 996, ready for pushback and engine start.
Southwest 996, St. Louis ground, pushback approved, face northeast.
Northeast.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast, southwest.
Park and brake
996.
release, pushback commencing. Up top here, APU bleed is on ground and engine number 2 firing up. So, yesterday I was saying how when we flew into, what did we fly into? Toronto. My FPS, I had a pretty big FPS hit. Well, for some reason, Beyondatc jumped up its park traffic to 6. I might have done it accidentally. I don't think I did. But it bumped up to 6. I typically had it at 4. 4 or 5. So I dropped it back down to 4 for this flight. We'll see what happens. 6 is just a, and again, it's a hit for the FPS, but it's like a 10 FPS hit. So my system can handle it. I just like a nice, smooth, consistent experience, and it was kind of a little rough there. I also did last night. I cleared out my scenery index. I cleared up my DirectX shader cache as well for this flight. So it's always recommended to do that kind of stuff before you launch, you know, a new sim update, so it clears out everything. But of course, I did not.
Southwest 1576, runway 12 left taxi.
All right, engine number 2 is on board. Engine number 1's next.
Right, Southwest 1576.
And engine number 1 is rotating. I feel like I've been flying this iFly an awful lot recently. Jay Russ jumped into my Discord DM yesterday and he said, I don't know if you've ever heard of it. There's this plane called the iFly Max. It's really good. It was a joke. It was a joke. He definitely knows I own it. I told him I heard it was overrated. Alright, 120 on the heading. We're going to pop in. Cool, that's good. Let's go down here and start Terra. Terra is looking good. St. Louis ground, Southwest 996, ready to taxi to the active.
Southwest 996, runway 12 right taxi via Charlie. Hold short runway 6.
Via Charlie, hold
Runway
short
12 right
6.
taxi via Charlie. Hold short runway 6, Southwest 996.
I also jumped up the FPS of traffic with Beyondatc to 90 FPS. Ooh, 90 FPS. I don't know how much of a difference that's actually going to make, but
Lindbergh 4183, St. Louis ground, pushback.
it's supposed to make things a little bit smoother with the planes. I've never actually tried it. Alright, throttle's coming up. We are currently on Charlie's. We're going to take this all the way down, hold short runway 6, cross 6, and then I guess all the way down to Charlie, which is the final holding short. Oscar, have you flown nighttime with the Sim Update 3? Wow, the clouds are beautiful at night. Lighting is so much better now. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, slow down, slow down, slow down. Yeah, night lighting. What the hell's going on up here? Oh, night lighting is so much better. So much better. Night lighting better. Alright, hold on. What's going on at the CRJ?
Ramp Bravo 2 via hotel. Hold short runway 12 right.
Go ahead, CRJ.
776.
What the hell? Why is it facing this way? Is it gonna turn? There we go. Okay, it's turning. And like the weather atmosphere on the ground, when there's like clouds, it's so much darker under the clouds and so much brighter when there is no clouds. It's so cool. It's so very cool. You have to do a night flight sometime? Oh, it's gorgeous. It's so cool. I read on Reddit, I think it was Reddit, I read an article. It was saying how Flight Sim 2024 is finally, I think, where Asobo thought it was going to be. And that was pretty much what my video was about on Monday. I think that's when I made it, Monday or Sunday, whenever it was. Is that I think we finally have a stable 2024. You know, the envision that was supposed to be at launch.
Lindbergh 4183.
You can actually see the Milky Way. Oh yeah, the Milky Way is beautiful. Let's go, CRJ.
Lindbergh 4183, runway 12 left taxi via Papa Charlie Sierra. Hold short runway 12 right. Runway 12 left taxi via Papa Charlie Sierra. Hold short runway 12 right. Lindbergh 4183.
Gonna put us late, man. You're gonna make us late. Let's go. That CRJ is so much fun. I kind of should have done the CRJ for this flight. That would make no sense, though. Southwest doesn't fly CRJs. That's the problem sometimes with picking airlines that don't fly, you know, like, don't have a massive amount of different plane types. Like Southwest, like Ryanair, even Air New Zealand, right? These airlines they're typically either Boeing or all Airbus, that kind of thing. Where you look at United, even Air France, I guess. Air France has the 777 and the 350. Oh crap, I'm getting speed violation. So it's what's really cool about flying with airlines that just have all kinds of different fleets. Which seems to be mostly a US thing, though. I think like United, American, Delta. All three of them all have like these massive fleets. Alright, they're going to 12 left. We're going to 12 right. That's kind of cool. They're doing two different runways for departure. Looks like they're landing 12 left. Oh, there goes that air with... It was that Beyondatc air I just got with the voices.
Southwest 996, cross runway 6 at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie Victor.
Charlie Victor.
Cross runway 6 at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie Victor.
Alright, so we're going to Victor, not all the way down to Charlie. It's cool. Here's uniform. And this next one's Victor.
Contact tower 120.05, Lindbergh 4183.
Yes.
Southwest 996, contact St. Louis Tower 118.5. Have a good morning.
One thing they gotta get fixed is like this melting stuff here with the photogrammetry. But Jorg said that that's part of the plan, is like down to like, what do you say? I don't remember what he's 30 centimeters. I don't remember what he said. St. Louis Tower, Southwest 996, holding short runway 12 right, ready to go. It was something crazy what he said in terms of like the detail.
Southwest 996, runway 12.
Elite, welcome in. 12 right, line up and wait.
Runway 12 right, line up and wait. Southwest 996.
All right, bringing those throttles on up. Auto throttle is armed, so we're holding because of that CRJ that's crossing.
996, St. Louis Tower, wind 020 at 5, fly runway heading, runway 12 right, cleared for takeoff.
Oh, maybe the Southwest over there was crossing.
Fly runway heading. Runway 12 right, cleared for takeoff. Southwest 996.
All right, throttle stable. We're Southwest, so we just roll on out of here. All right, we have a crosswind at 8 knots. Ooh. That's crosswind's not playing around today, man. All right, nice and smooth departure. Got a Southwest holding for us. Gear going up. Cleared up to 5,000, runway heading. Downtown St. Louis in the distance. First notch of flaps going up.
Southwest 996, contact St. Louis departure.
Over to departure.
Contact St. Louis departure, Southwest 996. Have a good morning.
And flaps 2 up.
St. Louis approach. Southwest 996, good morning, 1,800.
And full flaps up. Let's go down here, turn off RTO.
Southwest 996, St. Louis departure, radar contact, clear direct Hefner, resume the Be Good 5, climb maintain 17,000.
17,000 and we're direct.
Clear direct Hefner, resume the Be Good 5. Climb maintain 17,000, Southwest 996.
Alright, nice smooth departure so far.
Endeavor 4939, turn left, heading 215.
A little bit of trim here on this turn.
Localizer, descend maintain 3,400 feet. Turn left, heading 215. Intercept the 12 left localizer, descend maintain 3,400 feet. Endeavor 4939.
And just passing 5,000.
St. Louis approach. Lindbergh 4183.
That's a busy St. Louis today.
Lindbergh 4183, St. Louis departure, radar contact, clear direct funk, resume the road.
Funk.
Climb and maintain 12,000 feet.
Clear direct funk. Rezone the Rotary 6. Climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Lindbergh 4183.
Wasn't I just with Southwest with APL not too long ago? Pretty sure I was. I was with... Trying to think of it. Was it before Fly the Line? Or was I... Maybe it was with the FENIX, before the big FENIX update came out. That makes sense. Because the big FENIX update came out, and I think I was using Fly the Line at that time. Alright. There's some clouds out in the distance. I don't think we're going to see, like what I was talking about earlier with the darker ground, because we're going to be too high. Alright, let's go ahead and turn on AP.
Endeavor 4939, airport is at your
10,000.
miles. Report to
Landing lights are coming off.
field
Whoops.
insight, Endeavor 4939.
Okie dokie.
Endeavor 4939.
We have a disco here.
Cleared visual approach 12 left.
That's our transition.
4939.
Okay, so that we gotta go ahead and kill out this disco because that's the transition.
Endeavor 4939.
So we're gonna pop that up here, connect it.
Tower 1205.
Okay, perfect. And we're gonna be cleared up to 3-4 eventually here, so I'm gonna go pop in 3-4.
Endeavor 4939.
Alright, 3-4 in the box, 12,000 feet. Looking good. Alright, what did I miss in chat here?
Southwest 1576. 1,400 feet.
The flight night, yep. And then sim feels a very, yes, it's very stable. It is crazy stable.
St. Louis departure.
Yes, the post-nuclear bomb blast melting the photogrammetry is a shame. Yeah, what was York saying? I watched the video before I left to work yesterday. I didn't pay enough attention to it, but he said something like down to like 30 centimeters or something like that. The whole world, that's the plan. Like, that's crazy. If that's the ultimate plan, it's not going to be available until like Flight Sim, 2034 or something. Will, welcome in, Will. We have new emotes, everyone. We have new emotes. We have one for Will, one for P2, and one for Irishman.
Center 128.1, Southwest 996.
Although they're kind of small. I might have to make them... I guess you can't make them bigger.
Kansas City Center, Southwest 996.
Oscar's flying St. Louis to Atlanta right now. Oscar, what are you flying in? What aircraft are you using? Let me guess, Oscar. I'm going to say 320. I'm going to say 320.
Southwest 996, Kansas City Center. Climb and maintain flight.
Dublin's a tad stuttier. Yeah, Dublin can be a little demanding, especially with traffic. Alex says, Lex, have you given VATSIM a swing yet? I haven't. Maybe... That might be a tomorrow thing. Typically, there's a lot of traffic with VATSIM on Fridays. Not on stream. I won't do. I'm not gonna do my first one on stream. But if I can find an airport that I know that I'm comfortable enough with, that there's traffic for, you know, 2 different ones that aren't super long haul flights, I might consider doing that tomorrow afternoon sometime, or evening, I guess it'd be. All right, 18,000 standard pressure. Yeah, it's kind of, I just been in the back of my head for a while. I haven't, after last week, just not really feeling great, and finally getting back into the sim more this week. I have more time to do it, and then my work schedule's just been a little goofy recently. It's not much better next week either. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Everything is steadier on my end, but I flushed everything, the rolling cache and shader, so the sim has rebuilt it for a few days. Yeah. That's what I did today, Will. That's what I said before. 3 centimeters. 3 centimeters? Did he actually say 3 centimeters? That's wild. That's impossible. Now, I'm guessing not in great detail, but, you know, I think it's pretty damn good as it is. Look at this. This is crazy. This is gorgeous. So you can see a little bit there. It's a little bit darker right here, right? Again, we're higher, so it's hard to really tell, but... And these clouds don't really do justice, but it's I don't know, it's really cool. Once you get into under the clouds, and there's the breaks, oh, it's so awesome. It's so awesome. Flying to New Sky? Yes, yep. New Sky and APL today. New Sky and APL. I tried everything under the sun, but I cannot get GSX to recognize the 777.
Kansas City Center, Southwest 996. Climbing flight level 2.
I don't know. I don't use GSX. No iFly, B38M Southwest. Do they not? They have the Max, don't they? Oscar? They have the Max, don't they? Southwest. Yeah, they have the Max 8. Yeah, they have the Max 8. What are you talking about? I'm confused. You done got me confused. I don't know, man. First, VATSIM from Lex would pull some numbers. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. You know how much I already screw up with, as it is, with AI ATC on a stream, let alone a real, you know, another person. I wasn't saying a real controller. A real sim controller. Oh, it'd be a disaster. Although, I guess it would be. It'd be one of those catchy titles you can use. First time VATSIM live stream or something. I don't know. Be one of those clickbait kind of titles. That would be one I have to, like, be very competent again on at the airport and all that. And then I'd have to really not focus on chat. I tend to focus too much on chat during very important times of flight. I think we got more bots in Twitch. That's why I don't like Twitch. It's just full of bots. It's non-stop bots on Twitch. Germany update is 3 centimeters. Oh, is it really? Okay. So they're doing the city updates are going to be 3 centimeters. Interesting. VATSIM is okay. I occasionally use it, but I prefer Beyond ATC. Yeah, for me, it's like I can just wherever I want to fly, and the majority of the time I fly, I use APL, Fly to Line, New Sky, some career add-on. Right, that's 99% of the time I fly. I already have this flight's already scheduled. So like I don't. VATSIM is great if you don't really have that going on. If you're just kind of looking at their VATSIM map and like, okay, well, there's ATC here, there's ATC here, there's events over here, right? Those are that's where VATSIM can really shine. But if you have like a set scheduled route already, routes, it's a bit more difficult with VATSIM. But I guess it all depends on the time of day as well. And then when you're flying, if you're flying mostly on the weekends, I feel like there's more coverage on the weekend than there is during the weekdays. I meant you guessed wrong. I'm flying the B-38M. Now, oh, okay, I guessed wrong. Okay. oh yeah, you're flying Southwest. What am I thinking? That should have been an easy guess. Let me guess, the 737. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I kind of want to dust off the old PMDG 737. And maybe I'll do it live on stream, the little hack to make it all work. Maybe I'll do that live on stream when I do it. Because I don't use the walk-around mode in 2024. It's a great feature and all that jazz, but I don't ever use it. I can see it beneficial for people who do like group flying and stuff like that, but you know, we don't really do a lot of group flying. And even then, when we do group flying, I don't walk around. I just use the drone cam. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? The drone cam is pretty much the same thing as walk around to the avatar. So, I don't know. Again, I think it's great for those who want to use it, but I don't really use it. I don't think there's a lot of streamers who really just don't use it either. I think it's more of a quote unquote like a gimmick per se to satisfy the gamers. But you know, you think about things. Think about this. People were really concerned with 2020 and 2024 that Microsoft was going to gamify the flight sim world, and they clearly haven't. Like they added a bunch of gimmicks and stuff like that, right? They got a career mode, which is it really isn't a gimmick. It's just kind of a watered down career mode, at least at the stage it is right now. But it's necessary and great to have for the Xbox users, for sure. And then people who don't want to use all these external apps, like it's great to have. But there is all those gamify features in there, right? You got the career mode, you have the landing challenges, and all that kind of jazz. And then you have just the flight sim itself, where you can free flight wherever you want, however you like, whatever plane you want that you have in your library, right? So they haven't messed with any of that, and I don't think they're going to. Because the core audience, I feel, for flight simming that generates the money for them, not for them maybe, but for developers, which then generate money for them, Microsoft, buying from the store, is, you know, the traditional simmers. It'd be interesting to know the numbers. I should do a poll up on YouTube at some point. How much money have you spent on flight sim add-ons? That'd be interesting. Someone at work was like, he's like, you spent 20,000. I'm like, no, not even close. My entire system with the monitors and peripherals is like, I don't remember what the math is anymore, 5,000, 6,000 total, but this is over the course of 7-8 years, whatever it's been now. So yeah, no, not even close. With the add-ons and all that, maybe 1,000, maybe, but that's again over the course of 5 years. So maybe. Smooth takeoff. The sim feels better. Yeah, it felt really good. Felt really, really good. Will says, you said yesterday that there would be an announcement from 2024, but nothing. I know today there is an Xbox event at Gamescom. Oh, is that today? I thought their event was yesterday. I thought the Microsoft event was yesterday, the Xbox event. Okay, so there is maybe a chance that we'll see the air races. I thought the event was yesterday for Microsoft. 36 right is my expected arrival. There we go. Let's see. Irishman with 10 gifted memberships. Welcome on in, Irishman, and thanks for the 10 gifts. Let's throw out those emotes, people. Throw out those emotes. Irishman's, where the hell is Irishman? It's too small. Irishman gets the emotes. I gotta do some better ones. I'll do some transparent ones so they show up a little better, without the background. I'll work on those ones for y'all. But Irishman gave 10 gifted ones out. We got Lunar, we have Valro, Patrick, Tech, JP, Fighter, Firefighter, Nook and Manual, all courtesy of Irishman, the legend of Irishman. Thanks very much, Irishman. Really, very, very much appreciate it. Okay, what do we got? What else did I miss here in chat? I hope they drop their racing stuff on Xbox today. What time is that today? What is it? When, let me see. Gamescom schedule. Alright, opening night. Xbox Gamescom is August 20th. Oh, then there's two of them. That's interesting. 3 p.m. Okay, so the same time as yesterday. So there's another one today at 3 p.m. Central Time. So in, what, 5.5 hours? There's another event. So there is a chance. Is this like just a Microsoft event? Because you have the Xbox event. There was one yesterday. Then you have the Xbox event today. And then you have a Bethesda broadcast today. What is Bethesda going to show off? It's definitely not Skyrim. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Okay, so runway 36 right's what our expected arrival runway is today. Let's go ahead and start preparing for some information here. So let's go over here, show landing. We're going to copy the FMC. We're going to go to dry, the Weja, 04 at 3. Temperature is 23. And QNH 30. I need to find a way to fix this. 03. Flaps are 30. AC on. Anti-ice off. Brakes are 1. Show and route. All operational and none for the config. Calculate. All looking grand. 145.
Kansas City Center, Southwest 996. Good morning, flight level.
And let's go over here to the side as well. Let's go and get our charts, shall we? Let's use this jazz. Let's complete this jazz. Let's go to Tulsa. We have the parking set. Let's go to Clips. And we're going to click on this guy for the arrivals. Here's our arrival. Vinta. Our landing expecting currently is 36 right. 36 right. We're going to complete that. Cool. And now we're going to have our frequency, which is 110 and a 3. Okay. And then 360, which is pretty much already in there. Beautiful. And then the minimums are a whopping 50. It's actually, 850. I missed the 8 in front of there. Kind of important. I was like, 50? All right, 850. And scroll down just a little bit. All right, there's 50. Cool. And then top of the sensor right there. We can go and request, or not request, we can go and see what our expected arrival is. Kansas City Center, hello from Southwest 996. I was just wondering, what's our expected arrival runway into Tulsa today? And then what's our star? Let's see. Brim says, I did notice Sim Update 3 set all my stream DLCs to not streamed. Oh, really? And Matthew, welcome on in. FPS doesn't dip below 80, 90 on Sim Update 3, which is actually in fraction. Fantastic. Tulsa. I keep saying Tulsa. What do I say? Tulsa? Alright, Tulsa. Tulsa. Tull. Alright, so it is our expected arrival. Perfect. Hit the like button. Hit that like button, people. You've been directed by Will. Will will come after you. Okay, so, let me do a poll. Let's do a poll. Poll. And then PMDG trick. Hold on. Live. This isn't for today, but this is future.
United 1113, contact
All right, so if you would like on one of the live streams down the road, maybe Sunday, would you like me to do the live on the live stream the trick to get? I'm pretty sure Will did the first vote on there to get these PMDG 737 to work in 2024. I don't expect it to actually be out, the official version, for a bit yet. And I'd kind of like to fly it since I'm with Southwest now. It'd be kind of nice to jump back in and fly it a little bit. Wait, you can ask me on ATC expected arrival? That's awesome. Yes, you can. You sure can. Yeah, they added that when they added LLM. And I think that's where the best features come with LLM. You know, like some people would do like, you know, do like donuts or what's your favorite pizza, that kind of stuff, right? But if you use it like you would use real ATC, right? Because that is something that's asked sometimes. You know, we're expecting 3.6. Just wondering, you know, what are we still expecting 3.6? I think the correct terminology or verbal response or question should have been something to the effect of Kansas City Center, Southwest 996. We're currently expecting 3.6 right via Vinta 3. Is that still good for us today? And that they would respond, yeah, you idiot. You get a chance to look at the new short haul routes in. Oh no, I haven't. Let me check it out. Let's check it out. Is that, which one is that under, Irishman? Is that under rewards? Or sorry, awards? That's my awards. No, my airline. And then is it under? No, what's it under? How do you do it?
Southwest 996, contact Kansas City Center 127.5.
This is feed.
Center on
This is
127.5,
flights. This is the
Southwest
flights currently going on.
996.
There's P2.
Kansas
Operations.
City Center, Southwest 996. Flight level 340.
Why can't I scroll? Is there no more?
Kansas City Center, good morning.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, where is it? Clearly I have no idea what I'm doing. We can book a flight. Schedule passenger flight for Fly Lex. Here's our routes that are available. Filter. There's only one flight available there. Go back. Book a flight. Free flight. No, this is me just entering a flight in.
Southwest 996, Kansas City Center, expect Vinta 3, runway 36 right.
We'll expect Vinta 3, Vinta 3, runway 36 right, Southwest 996. You says second from the bottom. Second from the bottom. In my airline? This one? Second from the bottom. This one? Isn't there supposed to be more on the bottom here? I can't scroll. It's this one, right? It's this like share looking one? Not like share the music person, but like, you know, sharing. It's that one, right? I should be able, isn't there a way to scroll? Controls. Control zoom. Like zoom in here. Here's all our operations. Oh, yeah, because you made DFF, or DFW. Yeah, so we have all these, right? These are the ones you're talking about, right? Yeah, these are cool. And Spider Network here. So we have Memphis, we have New Orleans, we have George Bush's airport, we have San Antonio. Don't say it. I got it. El Paso, right? Albuquerque. Oh boy. Kansas City? No, Kansas is up here. ICT. What the hell is ICT?
Southwest 2177, contact Kansas City Center 124.1, take care.
Oh, wait, no, that's Wichita. That's right.
Kansas City
Oh, then this is Kansas City. Okay, Wichita and then Kansas City. Okay. Okay. I was like, this is Kansas. What the hell am I missing? Very nice. I like it. Will says Jesus. That's fantastic. I love it. Yeah. Maybe we'll do this at some point. Oh, there, I got this one. Lombok? Yeah. Very cool. Good job. I like him. It's fantastic. That's a perfect little spot. There's so many short flights you can do out of that. That's if you fly with who is it? American Airlines. Like the routes right there. There's non-stop routes all in that little area. I think Southwest flies out of DFW as well, don't they? I think they do. Or maybe they fly out of Houston. Yeah, I think they fly out of Hobby and then Dallas Love. Yeah, they fly Dallas Love. That's where they fly. Yeah, Southwest would fly out of Dallas Love. But anyways, that central hotspot, that's a huge area. Same with like Midway for Southwest. Midway is, you know, Midwest up there, and then you have the South for Dallas. And then what they have on the West Coast, I'm thinking Phoenix. Phoenix would probably be their hot spot. And maybe Vegas. Maybe them too. El Paso. I'm having screen tearing and stutters when panning in cruise. Really? Did you do what Will did? Clear out the cache and all that jazz? Empty the pockets? Try that. And then also make sure, sometimes when the sim updates happen, they change settings. So make sure like VSync's on if you normally use that. Okay, so it looks like the votes are 70%, so yeah, okay. And then what was the other poll I was going to do? I was going to do another poll real quick. Shoot. Oh, yeah. Okay, so then Alex was saying, whoops. So we're going to say VATSIM live. Yes, no, PTC for the win. Okay, next poll. This is if you want me to at some point, I don't know when, if you want me to at some point to do VATSIM, my first like real VATSIM event. I guess not an event, but if you want me to do it on a stream. So instead of doing it off stream and, you know, having confidence in myself, be a total fool and do it on stream. These are fun polls. I'm curious of the payout. Yeah, I'd be interested to know yet what the payout would be on that too. Oh, we got to start putting in our descent info. Okay, so over here, we're going to look at the charts. Let's cycle view. And we don't have any really restrictions, huh? 8,000. Looks like we'll put in 8,000. Kansas City Center, Southwest 996, ready for descent.
Southwest 996 after Oryxy, cleared via Vintage. Pilot's discretion descend and maintain flight level 240.
After what? Oryxy? Where the hell's that?
After Oryxy cleared via Vintage, pilot's discretion descend and maintain flight level.
Oh, that's interesting. We're missing that waypoint here.
Landing runway 36 right. Altimeter 3003, Southwest 996.
That's like right here. Shouldn't cause too much of an issue. That always concerns me. We'll hold where we are. I don't think it's going to be too much of a difference. It's going to be off a few nautical miles, but it shouldn't be anything awful. Apparently, V1 Simulations voice will be available for Beyondatc. Yeah, I heard that. It's awesome for him. That's really cool. I would never pay. I would never pay the premium characters to hear another streamer. But it's good for him. Recognition for him, right? He was a big VATSIM user, apparently, right? And then he left VATSIM and now is only doing Beyondatc, right? And he won't use SI. I think that's what I heard. You tell him, Will. What was funny? You think it's funny? Alright, 30,000 feet coming on up. And based on what I was looking at here, at Bicep, I'm guessing 8,000. Because we have an 8,000 restriction here, but I don't see any other restrictions going forward. So we're going to hold off at 8,000. We can't be any lower than 31 here, any lower than 36 here. So we're going to wait for ATC instructions further. I do love hearing kids using VATSIM. Some say hearing their voices breaks immersion, but for me it shows that kids are getting into the awesome hobby. Some may one day be the next FS developer. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I know, like, there's that argument on like, you know, Call of Duty or Fortnite, you know, on any of the first-person shooter things that, you know, hear this 11-year-old kid screaming at you and swearing at you, right? But like, I think when it comes to flying in the sim, it's a totally different thing. That was one of the things I really loved about SI, is hearing other people's voices, and you'd hear kids sometimes on there, and I thought that was so cool. Because these are people that potentially may be real-world pilots at some point. You know? Like, the sim is their first step. V1's in there now. Yeah, launched. I think that was with this morning's, or last night's update. Right? I think I tried it once for one of the videos, and I won't pay that kind of money. That's just a lot of voice. That's a lot of premium characters to use. I burned through it as it is. Why not SI? I agree that it's great that we need a new generation of aviators. Yeah, I agree, 100%. I don't think that the whole ID thing is going to work in the future. Didn't they just increase the age requirement on VATSIM? Didn't they just increase it like 16 or something? I feel like they did. I feel like I read something about that happening. In Europe. Maybe it's only in Europe or something around that, but yeah. Like, we had a Polyod in here a while back ago, and he was telling us, you know, the reason for it, and it made sense. You know, I understand it. Now, hearing it from someone that has said it, it's great. I'm 13 minutes behind schedule. It's because of that CRJ. You didn't see the CRJ in the beginning, man. The CRJ was screwing us up. I was going, they didn't tell me to hold. I should have just ran through it. Should have just caused an air accident. Would have been a write-up, you know. That's great. You're 13 minutes behind. No soup for you. Alright, we're looking good. Looking good. What's our ETA? 15:01. So, in about 20 minutes, we should be on the ground. I still can't decide between SI or Beyondatc. I know SI has a subscription, but I fly every day using premium voices. Beyondatc is going to end up costing me more. So, you know, yeah, we're biased in this community. we've been done wrong in some instances with a certain company. But I will say this, they're both really, really good. They're both good. They both offer unique things, for sure. Now, I use the free voices for traffic, which sound really, really good. I use the premium voices with tower. And I could easily go basic voices for both. Like, they're both really, really good. You know, the voices are really, really good. SI offers a bunch of, you know, gimmicks and add-ons and stuff like that, which I don't use, right? I never really used the mentor stuff, never used the tour guide stuff. I used the cabin stuff, but as time went on, I actually was having less interest in the cabin announcements. I personally save money using Beyondatc, personally, and iFly a lot. I can get through the $30 worth of credits in about 3 months. That's costing me then $10 a month, right? So, again, if you do what I do, use your premium characters only for tower, or sorry, only for controller, it's super beneficial, and it works just fine. Works just fine. I have zero interest in using SI personally, especially after I got to, you know, check it out with traffic. I'm like, eh. Beyondatc is still dominant with that, and it's probably going to be that way probably forever, honestly, because think about how much far advanced Beyondatc is with traffic. And Beyondatc voices sound better. I personally think so. SI changed their voices. They changed their voices about a year ago, and I hated the new voices. I hated the new voices with a passion. That's back when I was using it. I hated those new voices. And then I heard Beyondatc voices. I was like, wow, okay, I really like these voices. You could argue which one sounds more realistic or not. That's just, you know, part of AI voices. I think they both sound realistic, but I think that personally, I feel that Beyondatc voices are tend to be a little bit more in the realm of ATC, where I feel like SI voices are in the world of like having a real conversation with someone. And that's where I feel that's the big difference. Is one is meant for ATC and one is meant for ChatGPT, you know, or Gemini or whatever it be. Good afternoon from the Netherlands. Welcome in, Captain. Welcome on in. Lex never heard of a stereo cockpit. Oh no, there's no stereo cockpit here. There's no stereo cockpit. So we have a 50-50 tie. Beyondatc for the win, or yes, use VATSIM Live. That's rather interesting. Rather interesting. Irishman SI is the best with with the vomiting. I'm intimidated by VATSIM because I'm slow at getting frequency changes. I'm rocking with SI for now since I paid for it a year, but I'll try out Beyondatc next year. Yeah, you know, if you have it, use it, right? You already paid for it, use it. Like if I was still using SI and I had a monthly subscription, I would use it, but I would cancel my subscription personally. Being directed by I can't say the word right now, or actually or an actual sounding controller. That's a tough one. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's so many gimmicks with SI. So many gimmicks. You know, there was like the stoner dude, right? You can have the stoner dude be your controller. Why? This goes back to the whole thing I was talking about earlier with, you know, Call of Duty and Fortnite. People being all upset because, you know, you got some kid swearing at you. Well, do you really want your co-pilot to be a stoner? You know what I mean? Oops. Hold on. All right, standard pressure. Let's go up here. Those are still off. Okay, good. And what's that? I don't have a METAR. That's interesting. There we go. Huh. APL's not giving me a METAR into Tulsa. 3003 for the altimeter. Okay. And we should be vectoring over to the left here momentarily. Everything's looking really nice and stable for this approach. One is meant for ATC, one is for chat. And that's a great way of describing the differences. I sometimes feel SI tries to be more informal, even injecting comedy into it. Yeah, I agree with that statement. I do agree with that statement.
Southwest 996, contact Tulsa, approach 132.1.
Like, they both have their limitations, they both have their issues. It's AI, it's going to happen regardless, right?
Exec 458, descend
But
and maintain 3,000.
I do feel that one is fully focused just on ATC, just on pure ATC, and that's in their name.
Southwest 996.
FSHUD is really good too. For those who have not tried FSHUD, we've done a video, or a couple streams with it here, and I've done a video comparing it, you know, I think all 4 of them. And FSHUD's really, really good. If you can get away from the negativity of the voices, because the voices aren't great. The voices aren't great. But there's no subscription, there's no premium voices, it's all, you know, basic voices. But they are adding an LLM down the road, which might help with the voices.
Exec 458, airport is at your 2 o'clock, 12 miles, report the field in sight.
Irishman says, I'm 15 minutes behind now. You need to find that pilot. Captain says, SI is also for X-Plane 12, so hope Beyondatc may one day as well. I doubt Beyondatc is ever going to go to X-Plane. I think the user base isn't there for them to spend the resources. I know SI did bring it over to that, and they had the help assistance of Laminar, you're right, to make it happen. But yeah, I don't think Beyondatc is ever going to X-Plane. I don't ever see it happening, especially at this stage. Maybe like after they get all their roadmap and new features, all that stuff done, maybe. But I don't foresee it happening. Just my guess. Okay, so our arrival, we're looking at what? How come it doesn't show our plane on the map here? Alright, let's look at our runway info first. 36 right here. We might be able to exit here at, what is that? Juliet 2. And then back taxi via Juliet, and then taxi into our gate. That might be the plan there. The ILS, 2500. Okay. And then we're turning ahead in 210 at Bicep, which is right on course here, so that's perfect. Alright, we're not going to mess with anything there. I feel like we're awfully high on this approach. 20, 30... Ah, maybe not. Maybe we're alright. Maybe we're alright. We're alright. 210 for the heading.
Turn left, heading 210, Southwest 996.
Okay, so let's go heading mode. Captain says pity. Yeah. 4,000. Yeah, I understand. Like, I know there's a lot of people that would like to use it on X-Plane, for sure.
Altimeter 3003, Southwest 996.
But you got to realize also it's a small team. It's a very small developing team. You know, our developer group. And I don't think anyone at Beyondatc, I don't think this is their full-time job. I think they all have, you know, real-world jobs, you know, to make income. I know Captain does. Like, he's the head honcho over there, and you know, he's doing, you know, real-world job stuff. And that's where you have to look at the differences with Beyondatc and with SI is Brian over at SI. Like, this is his full-time job, making SI. So he has endless amount of time to work on it, really. And that also shows you how impressive Beyondatc is to add all the features they do, with this being a super side part-time gig for many of them. I don't know. One just shows me passion. One just shows me true passion. The other one shows me it's a lot about bragging rights. I don't know. That's kind of what I feel. But again, it's a personal feeling. Personal opinion. Lex is getting fined $100 for being late. I actually think SI crashes my sim on startup, but I could be wrong. It's weird, I used to be crashing. Does Beyondatc work with SimBrief? I don't see Beyondatc in the pre... Oh, yeah. Sure does, yeah. So you would file your flight plan in SimBrief, with SimBrief, and then Beyondatc would then recognize it. Yeah, so it's actually required with Beyondatc to use SimBrief. Required. Whereas SI, you can, you know, tell them what your flight plan is and not file the flight plan. It will do it as you talk to tower or clearance, which isn't realistic because you're supposed to file your flight plan beforehand. But yeah, you use SimBrief. If anyone is interested in flying on the channel's airline, New Sky, feel free to look up Fly Lex. Exclamation point, Irishman, pop it in. Exclamation point, Fly Lex. I think, right? I think that's what it is. And it should give you a little message. SI is still coming more with unwanted features and saying the chart they changed the world. Yeah, I haven't really followed much news on their front. Like, again, their technology is cool. It's very cool. And it's great to have choices, obviously, right? With ATC, it's great to have choices. Again, if they reached out to me and said, hey, you want to try it? I'll be like, yeah, I would pay for it. I would not accept anything free, but I would certainly give it a shot again. I would like to see how far it's come. I'm not switching over. There's no doubt in my mind I would not switch over. But I'd be willing to try it again. Because that's part of what I like doing on this channel, is trying out different things. I prefer buying everything, or being a beta tester. Alright, looking really, really good. 45 was our altitude. We're holding there. Alright, we're getting a couple sound clips going on, and that's likely because it's loading in the airports. Oh, there it is. What is the update Beyondatc? This was bug fixes and then the V1 voice. And then they added in air ops, some more air ops. And then, yeah, it's mostly bug fixes. I didn't realize you had your own New Sky. Yes, we do. Do you have any London hubs? Oh, boy. The hub is on Amsterdam at the moment. Flights UK are on the schedule. And P2 is using the V1 voice. Very nice. Iris is the SI man for questions and details. Yes, he is. He's done a lot of awesome work bringing Flylex to life. A lot of awesome work. Okay, so we'll see what happens here with Beyondatc. I'm thinking a vector up here. But it could be at Euler as well. But I'm going up here. What's that? Webs? Yeah, Webs. I don't know why I zoom into that. I can use I have my McDo on the side here. My WinWing McDo that has it all. It still works. It's still work in progress, but we are getting there. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. This is nice looking here, man. This is gorgeous. Is this just me, or is this plane like right here? Does it look like it's... I don't know if you can see it on stream. Probably can't see it on stream. It almost looks like it's... what's the word I want to use? It looks like it's... vintage. Looks like it's a little blurry. Interesting.
Turn right, heading 300.
300.
Localizer. Descend, maintain 3,100.
3,100. It was almost like it's an atmosphere effect. Like it's not in the front here so much. I think it's the atmosphere back here, though. Huh. I don't know if that's new. Maybe I'm just going crazy. Probably going crazy. Alright, how far are we? We are 12 nautical miles out. Let's start getting flaps set up here. Intercepting the localizer, so approach mode is armed. Glide slope is captured already. And let's go ahead and bring that speed back to 180. Alright, we'll get the field in sight in just a second. We will report that field southwest 996. And then we're going to click this button here, 145 on the arrival. Alright, localizer's captured. We have the field in we have the field in sight, southwest 996. I can't talk. Okay, coming in a little hot. Let's go ahead and bring out the speed brakes. Carnival at Chicago, especially after the flaps tried to fall off after leaving Orlando yesterday. Oh yeah, I heard about that flight. There was a flight that had its flaps like breaking or something.
Contact tower 121.2.
It's a max.
Have a good morning.
Alright, coming on in for the arrival.
Tower, southwest 996. Visual runway 36.
Got a crosswind currently at 11 knots.
Southwest 996. Tulsa Tower.
Alright, gear coming down, speed brakes are stowed, and speed brakes are armed. Clear to land, take the red pill, Lex. Alright, we got this, we got this, we got it. We're doing alright now. It's all under control. Let's see if I was getting all... See, I don't see it anymore. I think it's an atmosphere, dude. I'm telling you. I think it's the atmosphere. It's at 45. It's like a haze or something. You're all like thinking I'm on crack. That's Will. Alright. 25. Alright, Will said sterile cockpit, so we gotta do sterile cockpit now. Alright. 145 on speed. Another flight. I don't think I'll have enough time. I don't think I'll have enough time. AP off. 1,000 call. Now with the iFly, it does want to dip down with its nose, so bring that nose up just a little bit after you turn off AP. Readjust trim. Oh, get some stutters on this one. Loading in the airport. I think this is my first time using this airport in 2024, so hopefully everything goes fine. Well, I'm not liking the stutters, though. It's just loading in the scenery, though, so it'll happen. First time, especially. Hopefully that stops, because this is really bad. Yeah, it's really bad. A little high. Holy cow, these stutters. I'm not a fan of this airport so far.
Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums. 100. 50. 40.
Holy crap.
30, 20. 10.
Alright, touchdown. Even with stutters. A minus 118 on the arrival. 118. Our idle on the reverse. Yeah, this really bad loading. I'm not sure if it's just because of the first time or what, but it's really rough here. Really, really rough. Alright, speed brakes disarmed.
Exit left at Juliet 1.
Turn offs are off.
Exit left at Juliet 1, Southwest 9er 96.
And we'll go ahead and make our turn to the left. It's still doing it.
Southwest 9er 96, contact ground 121.9er.
Jeez
Ground
Louise.
121.9er, Southwest 9er 96.
Yeah, it's really aggressive here. I'm not quite sure why. It can't be at this point because it's loading in. It should have been loaded in at this at this point in the flight. Huh. Anywho, let's see. Tulsa ground, Southwest 996. We are on Juliet, looking to taxi to ramp 1 Alpha. I already know we're getting a speeding violation, so I'm not too worried about that. So we're gonna get a 98 at least on the flight.
Southwest 9er 96, welcome to Tulsa Airport. Ramp 1 Alpha taxi via Juliet 3 Juliet. Hold short runway 8.
Yeah, I think it's this airport. My VRAM's up to 92%.
Southwest 9er 96.
This airport must be heavy in VRAM. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's where the stuttering's coming in at. Once the VRAM gets up to about 90% usage, that's when my sim will start to stutter. I don't think it's beyond ETC at this point. I can go ahead and clear it out, I suppose. There's only one plane here.
Southwest 9er 96, cross runway 8 at Juliet. Continue taxi via Juliet.
Cross runway 8 at Juliet. Continue taxi via Juliet, Southwest 9er 96.
Jiza shader problem is just loaded in the airport before the flight. You think so? You think it's just shader? Again, my VRAM's up to 94. I think it's the airport. I kind of want to test the theory out. Now that the airport's loaded in, well, and it's still stuttering. Alright, where's the gates at? What the hell? Oh, there's the... Oh, what the hell? The LOD here is really funky. Alright, something really weird at this airport. Alright, let's go up here. Taxi lights off. We're doing Bravo 10, and we're supposed to go to, like, gate 1, but we're going here. I want to test out Will's theory. Alright, parking brake is set. Over here to the left, menu, system page, connect. Alright, we're going to kill out Beyond ETC real quick. We're going to let it stabilize. We're going to keep everything rolling now. Well, actually, let's go ahead and connect everything. That's connected up top here. Ground power on. Engine shutoffs. Or cutoffs. Alright, fuel cutoff. Use FSI panel and tell me. Well, I'm just gonna load into the airport. I'm just gonna close out the sim, load into the airport, and see what happens. Alright, so let's check what we have with our career stuff. So we get a 10 with New Sky. Even though we were late, we get a 10. Arrival, we're supposed to, let's see, what is it? Schedule arrival, hold on, schedule departure is at 15:10. Actual departure at 13:59. Oh, schedule is 14. Actual was at 13, so we departed a minute early. And hey, what the hell? We arrived 9 minutes early. What are you talking about, Irishman? We arrived 9 minutes early. 9 minutes early. You're talking about being late. Landing rate in New Sky was 118. 118 got a 10 on the score. Where's our touchdown zone? Touchdown zone looks like it was pretty good. I can't see the markers. Oh, here we go. Right here is the touchdown, the marker. So yeah, we're just past the touchdown zone. So probably would have been like a 65 maybe, if we're using fly the line. Not bad, not bad. We had an let's go ahead and accept. We got a new notification here. Let's accept. There's Brim. Welcome in, Brim. Okay, so there's that. Let's check out APL. APL, like I said, I think a 98 is what we're going to get. 97. Ugh. I know the speed, right? Speed. Oh, no. Yeah, ground speed on takeoff. So we are taxiing out a little too hot, so we lost 3 points out of that. Landing rate 123. Damn. So we did a good landing rate today. 193 with G's of 108. Fantastic. And then let's look at Valenta. Valenta. 121. Yeah, so we had a damn smooth landing, even with the stutters. Okay, so now let's do a science experiment. The science experiment is we're gonna... Jesus. Yeah, definitely not. And what is going out the LOD? Yeah, I'm saying it's... Yep, there's the stutters again. There's no beyond ATC traffic. All right, so we're just gonna fly around here a little bit. And wait for gates to pop up. Apparently there's no gate there. And then they just disappear. Is that... No, my object LOD is with auto FPS is 100. Wow. It stutters something wicked here. Never said it was concrete. Okay, so it's definitely still stuttering. So we're going to do the science experiment, and that is going to be... We're going to exit the sim, and we're going to jump back into the sim. And we're going to jump back into this airport and just kind of fly around with the drone cam and see what happens. This is a... I thought this was a 2024. I thought this was a 2024 airport. I'll check it, though. I'll check again. I bought it from flightsim.to because it was cheaper. Tulsa. 2024. Yes, it's a 2024 airport. This is from who? Fly Too High. But they make a bunch of airports, so I'm surprised this one's pretty rough. Yeah, it's not compatible with 2020. It says 2024 compatibility, though. At least on flightsim.to. Okay, let's relaunch the sim now. If it is a 2020 airport, what are you doing? Throw that... Barry got a 4.97 on the last one. All right, so the poll is Beyond ATC wins. Thanks for the slideshow. Rolling cash, 128. Yes, rolling cash is... I can check again. You can make a couple minutes by coming in hot. Okay, let's do the science experiment real quick. And that will be it for the day, to the day's stream. But we're back at it tomorrow. If I can get Fly Line to work properly, we'll do Air France. Or maybe we'll do one of Irishman's routes he has set up with New Sky. We'll see. We'll see. And then I'll keep an eye on VATSIM tomorrow evening. And if there's something that might work out, then I maybe will do a test flight on it. We'll see. No. I bought it this morning. I bought it this morning on flightsim.to. I thought I already had it. So I looked through my community folder and I looked through all my emails. I didn't have it. So I either bought it twice or I never actually had it. I thought I had it though. I swore I had it at some point. So it is the latest version. The latest version. All right, let's zoom in here real quick too. Okay, so the terminal is here. Okay, so we were parked here, I think. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start it. It's a fresh restart. We're almost green for the week? No way. That's awesome. Oh, it's not a good sign. Okay. Damn, what's with the weird LOD thing? All right, let it stabilize. Let's let it calm down a little bit. Yeah, my VRAM's up to 93 here, though. I'm telling you, it's VRAM. If I look at HW info, I'll bring this up on the screen. Here's my HW info. And memory usage right now is at 90%. And available under 2 gigabytes. Now 3. Okay. I'm gonna keep an eye on the VRAM usage. Available under 1 gig. It dropped down to available like 70. Or sorry, 700. Yeah, it's when I pan around. It's loading in. There's something. It's what the hell? Where'd the tower go? Wasn't the tower over here? Where the hell did the tower go? What the hell is that? Oh, where'd the tower go? Wasn't the tower like right here? Oh, there it goes. The LOD here is really bad. The airport looks really nice. Okay, it's slightly better, slightly. But this airport is super heavy with VRAM. Super heavy with it. Like I bet you if you have a high-end or higher-end VRAM card, you're probably not seeing the stutters. Maybe you are. I don't know. The LOD is so bad here. Like, look at this. This is crazy. That's how close you have to get. It is awful. Like, you should be able to see the gates from this far. It is terrible. Okay, what else does Fly Too High make? I want to go check it out because I know I own some of Fly Too High airports. Fly Too High. Let's see. Fly Too High makes. Didn't make Tampa, right? Let's see. So then there's a 2020 and 2024 version. I have the 2024 version. Akron. Okay, I need to see what I own. I want to test out this theory. Fly Too High. Okay, Rhode Island. I thought I didn't own Rhode Island. Jacksonville. All right, let's go to Jacksonville. I own Jacksonville, Rhode Island, and Jacksonville, Rhode Island, Tulsa, and Fort Walton for some reason. I don't remember buying that one. Okay, let's go to Jacksonville. I thought I had a... Oh, Orbex released. Wasn't Orbex or... No, Indibuilds made the... Okay, let's go to Providence. Actually, let's go to Providence. Because we've done a flight in Providence before with this airport, back when Flight Sim Expo was going on. This is science experiment time. All right, so let's clear out this. Now this is a... where the hell's the terminal here? I'm guessing here, huh? Now I have not loaded into this airport since Sim Update 3. And since I did my rolling cache and all that cleared out. All right, let's load in here. Video card, I have the 5080, NVIDIA 5080. Did you try FS HUD? I am curious how to compares to Beyond. It's very good. Yeah, Beyond ATC is really good. Or sorry, FS HUD is really good. The only thing that I really knock it on is the voices. The voices are pretty compared to like Beyond ATC. They're kind of like not great. But the vectoring and all that jazz is really good. The ATC is top notch. The ATC is high quality. It's the voices that leave a bit to be desired. Okay, so here's an airport from the same developer. Fly too high. Fly too high. And buttons. And we're going to check this out. 88 on the VRAM. And we see all the gates here. And this is silky smooth. I know this is a little bit smaller of an airport compared to the other one. Just a little bit, though. But yeah, this is silky smooth. Silky smooth. Woo! I'm gonna stop doing that. Okay, I want to Jacksonville now, too. We've been to Jacksonville a couple different times, but let's try it again. At the AMS is Stutterfest for me, even though I have default scenery. Panning is... Oh, really? Let's do Jacksonville. We have Jacksonville. Anyone have this issue where it's duplicating this? That's weird. Kind of noticed with Sim Update 3 to start doing that. Alright, I've been to Jacksonville many of times, and Jacksonville's a really nice airport as well. So it looks like their 2024 compatible one, or 2024 version is broken. Maybe? I wonder if I can get... I wonder if I can get the 2020 version. Think you downloaded the 2020 version? No, I didn't. I think you have to buy them separately. I'll check. I don't know if I can check. I don't know how I can check. Okay. Let's zoom in here. Not zoom in, but fly around. Alright, we have all the gates. Silky smooth. Silky smooth. 90, and this is at 93% VRAM, so there's something wrong with that airport. 93% VRAM, so super high VRAM usage here too. But it is silky smooth. Silky smooth. Not a single stutter yet. That's crazy. Why is there a palm tree in the middle here? That's crazy. Oh yeah, silky smooth. That's ugly. Yeah. Okay, so there's something wrong with that airport. Will says I downloaded the wrong version. He thinks I downloaded the wrong version. If I go to my email here. Nope. It says, thank you for downloading, or sorry, thank you for your purchase of Tulsa International 2024. And in my FlightSim.to website, on their website, in my profile, my downloads. Whoops. No, I want to go to my purchases, right? Where's my purchases? Store purchases. It says 2024. So here we go. 2024. And then download again. So there's only one version. I only have this version. It's not even available, at least the version I have. You have purchased this, it says. So I can download it again. And that's the one I already have, though. So I probably should have read some reviews on this, because here's reviews. Is there anyone? No reviews. There's something to do with the LOD. I don't know why. Maybe I can delete it and try it again, reinstall it. I don't know. You've been Tulsa? Why airports in the US is so damn big? We like big things in America. Let's see. LJ18, welcome on in. Traffic voices are basic free. Oh yeah, they're free. Premium voices are for controllers. Yep, that's what I use. I deleted scenery index before loading. Can I do anything else? You can try your shader cache, deleting the... So wherever you have the... I know Will mentioned this before for me, but I go into online. Wherever you have your rolling cache, delete this. Oh, I have it at 24, or sorry, 64. That won't matter though. Not for that airport. That's the one airport that's causing issues. I guess I could delete it and try that. But so wherever you have your 2024 rolling cache at, you can delete that full file, and it will regenerate it. And then I think you have to reset this, right, Will? This resets every time, right? I think you have to reset this back to whatever your limit is. But I have mine at 64. Again, this should not be the problem for one airport. It should not be the issue. I'm saying it's the airport that's causing the issue. Most major city airports are very. And then Rudy says the 5080 Super leak with 24 VRAM. Maybe that will be enough. Maybe 16 sometimes isn't enough. Yeah, this is like pushing to the verge of causing that the frame gen issue that I have on the stream from time to time. But I'm pretty sure this is just the airport issue. I'm pretty sure it's an airport issue. Anyways, that's going to end today's stream. Thanks everyone for coming in. I do plan on doing another one tomorrow. So unless something comes up with just real life stuff, we'll do another stream tomorrow. Maybe 2 flights. We'll see what time allows. And we'll see everyone tomorrow. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.